bonjour! Sorry, I was distracted by listening to the music and just, I don't know, my good mood. I mean, I'm finally back with my beloved Rumple. Oh boy. Yeah. I missed the guy and I missed the game. So, we're back. Right. Whew. Are you ready? I don't know why I ask. I'm not sure anyone is watching right now. Alright. Let's go. Let's go. Whoa, 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 whoa. Alright. What did he sound like already? I know he was sounding like a stupid guy, but what was stupid guy? I mean, it's a question, right? I'm trying to remember, and I have like a blank in my brain. Does it matter? I don't think anyone is going to like eat my head off or something from this. I hope. Please don't bite my head, please. I like having it on top of my neck, and my neck on top of my shoulders, and my shoulders on top of my torso, my torso on top of my legs. Like, all of this makes sense. And yeah, my legs on top of my feet. All of this goes well together. Oh, my dog is so cute. Okay.
What a brilliant day! The sun is shining, the town is full of laughter, and I have...
My sweet princess here to accompany me. I saw this thing.
It sounds like I'm getting easier to read too!
No, you just said it enough times that I memorized it.
That means you must pay attention to my words. That in itself is a compliment, princess.
It is not. We are on our way to the usual store to restock our medications when a small figure leaves out through the front door. She stares at us with a lost look on her face. What is happening already? Okay. I needed to check if the chat was working properly. Not because nobody was writing anything. Just because I couldn't see the heart there, and usually it's here. Like in the black box thingy, you can't see. It's not on your screen. And I was like, what if the chat is bugged? And if somebody wrote something, I wouldn't see it. What if I was worried? I decided to test it so it would stop bothering me for the rest of the time. Rumpel reacts immediately, making his way over to her with a broad smile. Okay.
Madam, I can't help but notice the pain expression upon your beautiful face. Is there anything I can do to assuage your worries? What in the world is this
Word! Oh dear. Right.
For seeing your lovely face shadowed by such sadness stabs me right in the heart.
The woman stares at Rumpel, dumbfounded. His smile wavers and he takes a step back, suddenly looking alarmed.
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's you!
Huh?
I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry.
This is awkward, madame, but I'm afraid I don't know you.
What?
Or do I? Do I know you?
Well, I mean, you could explain you have like amnesia or something. That would be less awkward, like. I take a step forward and look at the woman flatly. He has been cursed. He has amnesia. Amnesia? The woman stares at Rumpel, scrutinizing him. You do seem different. Changed from before in any case. He is surprised too. Oh no, so much surprise.
So you knew me before. How terrible it is of me to forget such a lovely face. But perhaps you could help me remember?
The usual flirty suggestion is in his voice, but the woman seems unaffected. I can help you remember.
You can?
It's no wonder I can't remember your name. You have the fairy tale curse, don't you? Who is this woman? You truly don't remember me?
I'm sorry.
The woman looks conflicted, but the expression is gone as fast as it appears. Ambria, your fiancé. Oh no! Drama!
Huh?
What? The shock is apparent on my face, but nowhere near as impressive as the astonishment on Rumpel's face.
My fiancé?
She has to be lying. How can Rumpel possibly have a fiancé with the way that he is? Oh no! He's barely able to dedicate himself to a single woman for now, where Bria takes a step forward and takes Rumpel's hands in her own. Bleh, bleh. You don't remember holding my hands like this when you took me to the forest and proposed to me? Rumpel opens his mouth, but no words escape. He reminds me of a lost dog all of a sudden, with his eyes so wide. Bria runs her fingers over his hands. I loved you. You loved me. And I still love you very much.
I don't remember this.
How can I help you remember? Rumpel's voice is faint, but he still tries to smile.
The circumstances of the curse tell me that I need to remember through memories and a journal somehow.
A journal? I have your old journals. I can show you the very first love letter you wrote me. Whoa! Ria starts walking, her hands still clasped in Rumpel's. I stare after them for a few moments, trying to piece together what is happening in my head. I chase after them. Ria enters the house, one that Rumpel stares at in awe. When she comes back out, she is holding a journal. She hands it to Rumpel, then opens it up to the first page. This is a little embarrassing, but there it is. You compile your letters into a journal. Uh, di- Who does this? Rumpel slowly reads over the words, and I notice the strange glazed look come back into his eyes as his expression grows more somber. This is like last time, when you remember that he was a doctor. Bria turns to me as Rumpel is reading, and her eyebrows arch. And who are you? His partner. Partner? We are helping each other with our curses. Oh, you're cursed too. You poor thing. Bria's voice is flat. She's glaring at me beneath her smile. I have done nothing to merit this distrust from her. And I cannot bring myself to trust her either.
Ria.
Rumpel looks up from the journal and stares at her. Yes, sweet. Rumpel's melancholy expression throws me off. Last time he was so excited when he realized he was a doctor, but now his expression is heartbreaking.
I remember. I did propose to you. In forest. When it was dark.
You set up little lights around the clearing. We spoke for a while, and then, when you got down on your knee, you dropped the ring.
It had fallen in the roots of some tree.
We only noticed it when a bird came down to pluck it out of the bramble. I had no idea what you were looking for, but I still chased after the bird.
And you got the ring back, and you knew.
Bria holds out her hand, and I notice a beautiful red green gem ring on her ring finger. I can't speak. I don't know where the I came from. Probably because I couldn't imagine red-green. It's not a color. It probably has both colors. I don't know. But she's probably suspicious, like... She's mean. She's mean. It was still charming, though. I laughed for so long because it felt so memorable. Rampa! Hello, Metallian! I'm happy I have a friend over! I was starting to think I was banned to the Shadow Realm, that nobody would be here today. I learned something shocking! Rumple is engaged to this random woman! Oh no! How am I doing? I'm doing okay aside from that. Aside from the heartbreak. Oh no! Yeah, I'm doing perfectly fine. How are you? Yes, Rumple was engaged to this woman, and he forgot because of his curse that gave him amnesia. He's remembering because she's showing him, but something about her is suspicious. Like she has an entire journal of all the love letters he sent her. She said that he kept the love letters in a journal. But maybe he broke up with her or something, and she kept all the letters because she couldn't let go. And now she's pretending because he can't remember that they were still together. Or maybe she's gone or something. I don't know. Something is off about all this. Something has to be wrong. Just got home. Living in an Airbnb? Why? Like, are you on vacation or are you just kind of living there for some reason? Wait, I shouldn't ask that kind of question. Don't answer that. Don't mind me, I'm just a curious person. I ask questions and I realize, like, whoa, that's private stuff. Don't ask that. Oh, it isn't that strange. Rumple is an amazing guy. I mean, I could believe that someone could have fallen in love with him. I could believe that. The thing I cannot believe is her being with him because she's suspicious and she's mean. He wouldn't go with a mean girl like that. Something has to be wrong. Oh, it's work related. Okay. I see. Okay. Sorry, I shouldn't have asked. I just kind of ask questions all the time. I hope at least it's a nice place. Sorry, I was drinking water. I want to know what happens next. Fair. Yeah, whenever I ask a question that's none of my business, just tell me. I don't I actually don't really want to answer that. I'm going to be like, oh yeah, okay, sure, that's fair. um, I'm just curious by nature. Plucking your engagement ring out of a bird's beak.
You're right.
Rumple smiles a little uncertainly. In that moment, I feel him turn away from me. He does not even realize I am there, standing with Bria. Why am I feeling so uncomfortable? You said you were helping Rumple with his curse, yes? She turns to me. There is no worry. I can help him now. That is what couples do. I have to force the pity out of my heart. I have to force myself to think rationally. We're not having the Rumple round now. Zzz, not cool. Something still seems off about this. But Rumple remembers. Which means this is the truth, isn't it? I mean, I'm still his partner, as long as he didn't say otherwise, I suppose. I still feel something is wrong. I do not trust this woman. Do you know anything about him, dear? Have you helped him regain any of his memories?
She was with me when I regained my memories. Lucette is very valuable. Good luck charm.
Rumble flashes a small smile at me before turning to Bria. Her eyes seem a lot colder now. Tell me, what do you go by now? Until we figure out your name, I need something to call you. I feel like the third wheel now. I've always felt like a third wheel, so it's not going to be very different, I suppose, from my typical life. It's just like, games are like real life now. Hello, Ikea!
Rumple.
Bria's cold gaze falls on me, and I can sense something in them that surprises me. Jealousy? Why would she be jealous of me? Rumple, would you maybe want to come back home with me? You felt being like a third wheel too? Yeah, I'm pretty sure everyone felt that at least once in their lives. This is just a part of life. Like, there are always going to be people that don't really like you back. Whether it's people you believe were friends, but actually weren't very friendly in the end, or you crush on someone, but they prefer someone else. It's just normal.
What?
I know you must be overwhelmed, but our home might be able to help you remember some things.
I'm sorry. I actually have a patient somewhere else that I need to tend to.
Bria's eyes flash briefly. Her frown is there for a few seconds before she smiles again. You always work good with your patients.
I'm sorry.
Good thing that Roy like you. Yay! Thank you. I like you all too, guys. You're like friends. Mm, okay. It's okay. I understand that you're overwhelmed. But remember, now I am here for you too. I want to mend things, to make them go back to what they were before. How about you look over that journal and then we meet again tomorrow? We can take this one step at a time.
I would like that.
It's nice to know that. Well, of course. We can get to know each other again. And in time, I'm sure you'll remember what we used to have.
I loved you.
And I did too. I still do. A slight shiver runs down my spine as I stare at the two of them. There is that uncomfortable feeling once again. Bria and Rumpel agree on a spot to meet tomorrow, and then she leans up to kiss Rumpel on the cheek. He's surprised. He puts a hand on his cheek as she walks off with a gentle smile on her face. Are you okay? He looks at me, and for a few moments, I feel that his gaze lingers longer than it normally does on my own eyes. Then he smiles and laughs.
Of course I am, Princess. I just remembered something about my own past. I'm guessing that the second entry has appeared in my journal by now. I can't wait to get back to the margin to read it. Bria has the rest of my journals, so I might truly be able to remember everything if I talk to her.
Including your love for her. He sighs out before he proclaims that we should finish our errands. I follow him around the town, though the scenery lacks its usual vibrancy. Thank you. Rumpel doesn't speak to anyone, not even the girls, while he walk. While we walk. He keeps his eyes focused on the ground, and when he speaks to the shop owners, his cheer is lukewarm at best. I try to start a conversation with him many times, but he shies away from talking. I feel like there's something he is not telling me. When we arrived at the margin, Rumpel quickly excuses himself, not even sharing his epiphany about his past with anyone.
What has him so bent out of shape?
I know their voices are very similar, but like, they're both extravagant people. He just regained another memory. I am assuming he's going to go read about it now. It is not like him to hide things. I hope Rumpel is okay. It has been about a week since Rumpel regained his last memory. He has been meeting with Bria since then. But he still hasn't sorry, I choked on sorry. He still hasn't told me about the memory from the journal. So is it a very big choke, so it's He does not flirt with any girls, and when he sees me, his smile looks broken. He spends his days visiting Bria and tending to Parfait. You're worried about Rumble, aren't you? Why would I be worried about him? Do you remember one of your first dreams and your own model? Yes, I do. Because Rumble is no longer because Rumple is no longer able to run errands with me. Waltz decided to take his place. But Waltz's presence cannot make up for Rumple's absence. He'll be fine, Princess. He's still figuring things out. I do not trust that woman. Thank you. The bunny ears only until Easter though, so they won't be there for much longer. But I like them, they're cute. His fiancée? She appeared out of nowhere. Well, people who aren't cursed can't find the tavern, Princess. She would never have been able to find him. So really, the only place she should have met him was out there in nowhere. Yeah, but that's also a problem. She knew about the curse, which means either she was cursed or she can curse. Because normal folks don't know about that. And she knew about it. She knew about that. When we met her, you guys missed it, but she knew about it. So that's kind of weird that she couldn't find him at the margin then. I can tell that he is teasing me, but it does little to lift my spirits. I know. Walt sighs. If you don't trust her, why not just ask around for her? She obviously does not want to talk to me. No, I mean ask others about her. So long as you find a way to phrase your intentions honestly, I think they might understand you. Rumble says my honesty is good, but I also know that the way I speak frustrates many people. Come on, I'll help. Oh, that's so nice. Walt approaches a flower shop where several people are gathered to look at the fresh flowers. Excuse me, madam, sir. I was wondering if you knew anything about someone named Bria. We hear that she is engaged to a friend of ours, but he hasn't said much about her. Everyone calls me blunt, but I would never question others so openly. Does Waltz really expect the people to be so open to him? They just kinda know him! Oh, if it isn't Waltz, doing a little investigative work, are you? Just looking to find out more about someone important to a friend.
Not going to put this into one of your shows, are you?
Waltz raises an eyebrow and laughs. Of course not! Everyone just trusts Waltz. I suppose you must speak to people often, being a performer. They would probably never suspect Waltz to do anything morally questionable. And yet with me, they were suspicious of everything that I did. I guess it is a good thing Waltz is here. I stifle a sigh and the so-called investigation begins.
But Bria, I was under the impression that her fiancé wasn't seeing her anymore.
Bria! Oh, poor Bria. I hear that the poor dear made a mistake and that her fiancé threw her out for it. What? What in the world did they do? Well, did she do? That's what I said. She's mean. She's probably too mean. What? Is she engaged to someone new now? I'm not surprised, given the affair that she had on her first fiancé. Excuse me, what did you just say? Oh, you aren't aware? I'm terribly sorry. Perhaps I shouldn't have said anything. You said she cheated on our first fiancé? She was engaged to some man, a doctor, I believe. He was a good man, always smiled. Helped everyone, including the poor. I don't see how she would have the gall to do it. But the rumors state that she was seeing another man. I think I saw them out together sometimes. He was a rich businessman. Uh-oh. Who was he? I believe he was one of the doctor's patients. Oh my gosh, so mean! Marriage sounds wonderful, maybe. Well, that's pretty true. Marriage is wonderful with the right person. And it's the worst with the wrong one. Did anyone see this for sure, ma'am? Oh, lots of people did. And that's why the poor man stopped seeing her. Bless his heart. He looked heartbroken. But then the two of them were engaged, so she should have been more committed to him.
When Bria first approached Rumpel, she had no idea he had amnesia. She started apologizing to him. Was it for that affair? Or am I just speculating? We thanked the woman for her help before continuing to ask around town for more information.
Indoor wedding, outdoor wedding. I think I told you a couple of times that for me it would be indoors because I don't like being outdoors. It gives me anxiety to be outside. I think you said you would prefer outdoor yourself.
The more we hear, the more certain we become. She cheated on him. Princess, I know what you're thinking, but it would be incredibly rash to tell Rumpel about this. But she's lying to him! I can still remember the sadness in his eyes. Maybe somewhere deep down he still knows. Did this journal entry not say anything? You can try talking to him, Princess, but without any evidence. We're just going off of rumors. If you were wrong, I think that would hurt the situation a lot more.
He's not entirely wrong. I did forget. It's okay, I mean... It's fair to forget things. I'm sorry that I said it like that. Yeah, I tend to remember. But still, I repeat myself a lot even though I remember. I like making the same jokes and stuff. So, I mean... Yeah... I'm not always sure if you ask the same question because you wonder if the answer changed or if you just forgot you did. If it's that because you forgot, that feels less weird. Outdoor for pretty stars and lights. Oh, you want to like a nighttime wedding or something? Outside to be under the stars? I know, it's important to have a really nice decor. If I could get married, that sounds already like a fantasy, so I would like to get married in like a castle or something. I would feel like a princess. That would absolutely be a fantasy, but you know, one can fantasize. I'm distracted by my mom came back home and everything. The frick is the stream right now? Good question. I don't know. It gets a bit like off track sometimes.
I am forced to acknowledge Walt's reasoning. As much as I want to tell Rumpel right now, I do not even know where he is. We finish our errands for the day and then return to the margin, where I complete my chores around the tavern before retiring to bed. Later that night, after turning for hours in bed without any success of sleep, I make my way downstairs for a glass of milk. I stopped abruptly at the sound of hushed voices.
Parfait and Rumple are sitting together at the table, their voices soft. It means a lot to me that you're still taking care of me even with everything that you have on your plate.
When things aren't certain, as they are right now, the little things that remain the same are actually comforting.
What, no compliments tonight? He clears his throat.
Lady Parfait, I always find comfort in your presence.
Your heart's not in it, isn't it? Please don't stress yourself out trying to take care of me. I've seen the orders of the medicines and the dosages. I can take care of myself, Rumple.
I owe you and Lady Delora for letting me stay here, even now. You could have kicked me out, yet I'm still here.
This isn't the confident Rumple that I'm used to seeing. It's rather heartbreaking to see you like this, you know. Hmm. Ooh. Nice. I know what I'm going to eat for dinner now. Is what the nice was about. Um, Parfait's eyes drift past Rumple, and she sees me before I can dart away. I think you're worrying your partner too. Rumple turns in his seat and stares at me. Not yet. It's not ready. I just know what it's going to be.
Princess?
I slowly make my way toward them.
I'm sorry, Princess. I haven't been trying to help you at all.
Cool. It is fine. Parfait's right though. It's not like you to be so pitiful.
Your words are still sharp as ever.
I glance at Parfait curiously. The lights of the tavern lights. The light of the tavern lights her face up dimly, making it look more ghostly than usual. I had a hard time with that sentence. She looks sicklier. Do you think I look like a ghost princess? Yes. Oh my gosh! By the time night comes around, I am utterly exhausted. You said you were like this because of the Tenebrarum lucis you have to take care of. That's correct. I used to be able to watch over it more easily, but now with the balance between both crystals lost in the kingdom, it's getting harder. This responsibility is a big burden. It is a heavy toll on my body. But that doesn't diminish any of my pride. I am proud to bear this responsibility. Someone needs to do it, and I am very glad I can help so many people through bearing this burden. What would happen if you just let the responsibility go? There would be even more chaos than there is now. Oh dear. I've watched this movie too many times. And what of the Tenebra Room Bearer? Would it not help you with your stress? There is no Tenebra Room Bearer currently. What? Parfait stares at me for a few moments, a complicated expression on her face. Then suddenly she sighs. Please do not worry about me, princess. I've lived a good life. I just want to do more good while I still live. And I am very lucky to be surrounded by so many good people. Anyway, the two of you should be off to bed soon. I can tell you're both tired. Parfait pauses to look at me, eyebrows slightly arched. Oh, but before you go, there was something I meant to ask you. Ask me? Parfait crosses her arms and looks at me tersely for a few moments. The look is so unlike her that it almost concerns me. She looks uncertain of something, though I cannot imagine what it is. What could she want to discuss with me? I don't know. I wanted to ask if you were free the day after tomorrow. I am free whenever my schedule says I am. Then if you could spare 20 or so minutes, I want to speak with you about something. Very important. Important? I suppose you could say it is related to your curse. Fine. Parfait smiles at us before walking back to our room, leaving me alone with Rumble. Rumple smiles at me uncertainly. For a few moments, I think he might actually talk to me, but then he rushes off after giving me an apology. I watch him walk up the stairs, my heart sinking. I need to know what is going on with him. Today's my day off. I keep on the lookout for Rumple. Eventually, I see him making his way down to the staircase. He does not look quite as disheartened as last night, but his expression is still rather somber. He says good morning to everyone, as he usually does, and then walks out through the front door. And that is my cue. Following behind Rumple without being seen proves to be remarkably easy. Even if he is perceptive, he won't be expecting me to follow after him when I normally work during these hours. He makes his way through the town until he comes to a stop at a little cafe in the main plaza. It is cleverly hidden, just slightly out of view, not at all in plain view like the rest of the shops. Bria is sitting, waiting for him at the table with a journal. The way she smiles at him numbs my heart. I make my way over to the nearby fountain and crouch beside it to keep out of their view. I can hear the conversation, just barely, from where I sit. You know, I'd been searching for you a long time when I saw you. You suddenly disappeared from the house one night, and I couldn't find you.
Why? Why did I leave the house?
I... I don't know.
Was it a fight?
No, not a fight. We barely ever fought. We made a promise. When you gave me the string, we promised we would never make each other sad. I close my eyes and breathe. Bria's words drive a bitterness through my heart after everything I heard. It is possible those rumors were baseless, but isn't it also possible that they were the truth? Reconsider. Rumble mentioned fight. Now is my chance to tell him, but not really. It's just... But if somehow everything that we heard was one big lie, would I hurt Rumble? I also have my pride. But does your pride have to do with anything? I cannot just accuse someone, even if I feel that Bria is guilty of something. I step away from the fountain, meaning to head back the way that I came. Even if the situation sounds wrong, I feel that Rumpel would hate me getting involved. I am surprised then when he calls my name. Uh-oh.
Princess? What are you doing here?
He saw me? Did he know I was behind the fountain? Spying, are we? I make my way over to the table, to where Rumpel is looking at me with worry and Bria is openly scowling at me. Is there something wrong, Miss Partner? Not with me, but perhaps with you. Excuse me? You seem to have quite the reputation. Oh no! I said no!
Princess.
I have no idea what you're talking about, but taking people's words at face value is foolish. Mother would have said the same thing, but why would they lie? So, it is not true that you are seeing another man? How dare you! I'm now the third person to type in your chat. You're welcome. Yeah, I don't know. What the heck? Why are there so many new people? All of a sudden makes me shy. Bria stands up and glares at me. I frown back at her. Her anger does not faze me. She seems like a petulant child. can't stand jealous girls. They are the bane of my existence. And you're what, 18? 17, but what does that even matter? Either way, there'd just be about a 6-year age gap between you two. His reaction. Think.
She called you old.
I think she called my character young. I'm old, it's not the same. Yeah, his reaction. I mean, considering like they're in the Middle Ages, it's not that bad. But here we're like, oh no.
24? Gods, am I really so ancient?
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You're in trouble. I mean, I don't know exactly everything here. There's a lot of context that I'm missing. I feel old now. Oh, don't worry, I'm old. I'm old too. I mean, as I said, they're like in the Middle Ages, so if you're 24 not married, you feel old. You do feel old. Sorry, my English not that good, Brazilian. Oh. Well, don't worry about that. No, I know, it's okay. I know how it feels like. My first language is French. Although I'm pretty fluent now in English, but, you know. You're older than me? You're older than me? Oh no! Rip, I'm sorry for you. I feel like a fossil. Ah, that's why your string popped up for me. I was listening to some French music. What kind of French music were you listening to? Ah. We all like speaking Latin languages here right now. I mean, not in general. Or like this channel. The two of us look at him in unison, then back at each other. What a weird situation. I am here because I want to help my partner, and because you're lying to him. And who are you to say that I'm lying? You're a terrible little spy is what you are. Hiding places to watch us. Going around town asking about me. I'm telling you now that Rumple doesn't need you. Especially if you're the one spewing lies. Those words have no weight coming from a hypocrite. Some vintage. I don't understand much, but I like the voice with the song. Ah, I see. You don't know the titles either? You just like. I mean, that's fair. That probably sounds nice. I listen to a lot of music that I don't have a clue what the lyrics are. Just like how it sounds. The voices are nice. The sounds in the language sound nice. It's just nice. Just put French music on YouTube. Fair. Fair.
Wait, ladies!
Rumpel looks between the two of us, eyebrows furrowed. Then he shakes his head.
Bria, I knew. It was in my journal.
What? Rumpel faces Bria, his expression crumpled.
It was that lord, wasn't it? The one I refused to take money from. That one time I helped him.
I'm the Lucette character.
He told me himself. I think that's why this feeling inside of me is so mute right now. Why I was always having second thoughts about your stories. Bria, why didn't you ever tell me you were seeing him?
Oh no! So what the game is about, I kind. Yeah, that. Yeah, sure, I can explain. I mean, this is the. I don't remember how many episodes I've done of that, so that would be hard to understand anything with no context. Alright, so my character that is not on the screen right now, but she sometimes appear in the corner here in the bottom. My name is Lucette. In this game, I was a princess. Well, I'm still a princess, but nobody remembers that I'm a princess. Well, almost nobody. Because I was cursed, because I was mean, and I need to do 3 good deeds to break the curse that was, like, casted on me. Alright? And there are other people who were cursed in different ways. One of these people was Rumpel here, this guy. And, his curse is that he does not remember who he is, or what his life was, or what his actual name is. He does not remember anything. So, there are other people with the curse. They are living together in a tavern called the Marchen, and we are helping each other's out to break our mutual curses. So, Rumpel and my character, Lucette, are teaming up to break their own curses. I did one good deed, and Rumpel remembered 2 of his memories. He remembered that he was a doctor, and he remembered that he was engaged to this woman. And apparently he also remembered that she cheated on him. But he acted as if he didn't remember that. For some reason, I don't know why. He's kind of explaining that right now, I think. Maybe I still won't understand after that. I'll explain more when we see other characters, like who they are and what their deal is, I guess. Because talking about a lot of characters who aren't on the screen is just going to be even more confusing, I would say. um,
I asked you that question back then too, but you never told me. And so I was waiting for you to bring it up again. I was waiting for you to explain. I was waiting for...
oh, he wanted to know why she broke his heart. That's why he was pretending. As if I could ever get anything through that thick skull of yours.
Uh,
Even I cannot stop myself from staring at her when she insults Rumpel. But with this, she has admitted that the rumors are true. Even if I explained myself, all you would ever say was that you were sorry, but nothing ever changed.
what did I do that was so wrong?
Mm. Look at you! Even now you can bring yourself to be angry at me. You knew the truth, and instead of demanding to know why I did what I did, you keep asking what you did wrong. But you never realize what you did wrong, Rumpel. Never. Some things never change. Rhea scowls as she makes her way around the table. Rumpel tries to call her back, but Bria only frowns as she walks off. Rumpel lets out a long sigh.
And there go all of my journals too.
Right. He said that Rhea had all of his old journals. I'm sorry.
Huh?
I only made things worse. I am not entirely sure what they were talking about, but...
Princess, you don't have to apologize for anything, though.
what is happening?
I would like you to apologize for shedding some light on my age.
What? What?
Am I really, truly that old?
I can't believe this guy. I... You know, the song started and I felt the same. Wow. This is so dumb. It went from so serious to so dumb in a split second. Oh my. Oh my. Suddenly, he looks disgruntled, but the look of distraught on his face is almost comical. I feel this when I play DDLC. Yeah, it does feel like that. A shout out? I mean, sure. Usually at the end of a stream, I thank everyone that wrote something, so I can just shout you out now. I'll do it at the end though. Still. Uh, Shout out to Kip Dust Tube! Thank you for being in the chat! That's a bit clumsy. I'm sorry. Well, you're welcome. I cannot help it when I smile and then start to laugh. Oh no!
Do my ears deceive me? Is that wonderful sound coming from your mouth, princess? How precious!
It's just. You're an old man. What was that? It was hilarious.
If I'm an old man, then I'm young at heart. Besides, I would be a lot more offended if you weren't smiling while you said that.
This game! After a few moments, Rumple sighs and shakes his head.
I'm sorry you had to see all that. I knew there were more to the story than Bria was letting on because I read the memory in my journal.
You knew about the nobleman? Why did you not say anything?
Like I said, I was waiting for her to say something. I wanted her to open up about it honestly.
Bria is undoubtedly bold, but I doubt that she's at all honest. How many times we need to teach this lesson, old man?
The journal entry, I never read it to you.
You have been distant the last week.
I have been, and I'm sorry for that. But allow me to enlighten you.
Rumple gestures to the chair that Bria had been sitting in, and I take a seat opposite of him. I added off.
First, the noble one was one of my patients. He had a grievous sickness, one that no one else had been able to cure. I cannot help but remember the little boy with the impossible sickness. It seemed he...
I don't know why I read it with his voice is not talking anymore. I cannot help but remember the little boy with the impossible sickness. It seemed he was drawn to Rumple too. Rumple was not able to help that boy on his own either. Some woman offered her assistance. Did you manage to cure him with the help of that same woman? No, keep with the voice. It's a funny voice, but I prefer using it only when he's the one talking.
It's another cryptic entry, but yes, the mysterious woman from the first entry reappears. We strike another deal, but I cannot remember the deal at all. All I know is that afterwards I did something to make Bria hate me, and she began seeing the nobleman. Or maybe it was before that. Maybe she was just unhappy. She won't explain why.
She's still cheating on you. That is her fault, not yours. Rumpel nods absently. I can tell he's not convinced. See, I'm not the only one that likes your voice acting. It's such a silly voice!
In any case, even though I can't remember the entirety of what happened, every time I thought of Bria, I thought of her love in the past tense.
Rumpel frowns, but it is fleeting. Suddenly, he's smiling again.
Let's head back for now, Princess. I'll figure out how to reach Bria later.
I follow Rumpel back to the margin. Though he seems fine for a time, Rumpel's somberness returns as we head back. He looks like he's trapped in his thoughts. But coming from you is so cute. Well, I mean, I guess that must not be the voice you expect. When I play this kind of game, I try to dub to it's funny to make. Yes, it's one of the best part of these kind of games. You just make voices for all the characters. I have trouble when there are too many guy characters. Like when there's a bunch of dudes, it becomes super hard. Because I try to give them a different one each, and like, I don't have that many different guy voices. But I have a lot of fun doing that. I remember like, when I played DDLC, I had a blast with the voices. He needs the rest of his journals, but how is he going to get a hold of them now? So this is Parfait. She's a fairy. I mean, they're in a fairy tale land, so that makes sense. So she's a fairy, and long story short, she has to like keep that giant responsibility of like keeping the balance of the universe or something. It's complicated, but she has a giant responsibility. Yeah, and that is draining her energy away and making her super sick. So that's why she looks unwell like that. That's not that she's sad, she's just exhausted and sickly. And still, we are at the tavern right now. She is keeping the tavern and letting the people who are cursed with the fairy tale curse live in here. The fairy tale curse, what my character and Rumpel have, and a bunch of other characters in this game that makes them live here, is given by witches. Witches are kind of like fairies, but they have different sort of powers. And some witches are evil, but not all of them. There was some sort of war between fairies and witches and humans and witches and all that. It was complicated. Long backstory, but like, because of that, she has too much stuff on her shoulders and she's exhausted. But there's another character in this game that is a good witch, but she's not here right now. But if they mention a Delora, it's her. If we see on the screen, I'm going to let you know it's her. I love your uwu voice and the arara voice from Clanad. Nice split, 10 out of 10. Well, as long as you understand kind of what's going on. Oh, Princess, you're here. Sorry, we're late. That's the witch, Delora. My, the princess is gracing us with her presence. Parfait said a few days ago that she had something to discuss with me, so I am here. Then let's get right into it, shall we? She plops down on one of the chairs and Parfait sits down gracefully beside her. Princess, the other day you asked me about my responsibility and briefly about the Tenebra Room bearer. I did. But what does this have to do with me? It has everything to do with you, because when it comes to that second inquiry, the answer is right here. What? I don't know that character, so I cannot do that. Dara points at me. I stare at her, not comprehending. Princess, the bearer of the Crystalline Tenebra Room is you. What? I'm not able to even feel shock, just confusion. But how do I have anything to do with these crystals? See, I told you she'd be confused. It's because we started backwards. I'm so sorry, Princess. I do not understand. You remember the story about the crystals, Princess? For a time, the crystals were in complete balance. Even the witches, who drew on negative energy, were respected. Then one day, Hans wrote the fairy tales. Witches were suddenly painted as villains. Humans attacked the witches, trying to drive them out. Their leader, who just so happened to be my best friend, was hard-pressed to try to keep the peace. She was the original bearer of the crystal. But as witches were gone and thrown out, she found her patience wearing thin. She got rid of a human, the ultimate taboo, and there was nothing we could do but try to stop her. This bearer, the leader of the witches, and bearer of the Crystalline Tenebra Room, is someone you know, or someone you knew. Okay, so they're talking about that part of the plot we were talking about earlier. And I would like to explain better, but I'm trying as hard as you are to understand. But I think my mom was the bad person. I think that's where they're getting at. She erased all your memories, made you think that the fairy tales are evil, that humans were terrible. I feel something dark stirring inside of me. A sharp pain cuts through my heart, making it hard to breathe. The previous bearer of the crystal was your mother, Princess. Hildir, the leader of the witches. That is impossible. Mother was not a witch. But she was. The strongest of us all. I need to get back to school. English is so hard. Yeah, learning a language is hard. But I'm sure you can do this. I'm sorry that you have trouble understanding some of the things happening, but to be fair, this is a very complicated plot. Long story short, my mom was a bad guy. When she died, she kept some of her powers sealed within the crystal, which is why it still allows the fairy tale curse to be spread. What kind of lie is this? I cannot use magic, and Mother never told me that she was a witch. She would have told me. It sounds like it, doesn't it? But I assure you, Princess, we wouldn't ever lie to you about something like this. As impossible as it seems, you are a witch. Your power won't manifest until you're 18. And at that time, you will inherit control of the crystal. Since your birthday is soon, this was the last chance we had to teach you goodness. Your mother's been shielding you from it for so long. We trusted you were different from her, and you are. But Mother was the only one that ever loved me. Everyone, our problem. I asked a French person to explain the story in English. Yeah, I mean, the whole story is confusing, so I don't even know how to explain it. Because I don't understand everything. But keep that in mind, Mom. Bad, got it. Been here for several streams and I don't understand what's going on. But I'm happy just being here and watch our chat rumple's adventures. Yeah, that's the spirit. I could tell from a long time that Lisette's mom was bad because of the messed up things and the flashbacks that she was telling Lucette, like, people are bad, don't trust anyone, stop feeling, and stuff like, it's not good. It's not good. Baby Celeste 2024. She stole away your memories and made you hate the world. Delora. She was fostering hatred in you, making you just like her. You do not know anything about Mother! I stand up, rage coiling up inside of me like a snake. You said I know a lot about her. More than you will ever know.
No. The truth is hard, Princess, but eventually we'll have to face it.
Hildur was my beloved friend. Facing her was the hardest thing I have ever done. We only want to help you.
Well, you're not very good at it.
I turn on my heels and storm out of the room. I feel that there was more to what Delora and Parfait wanted to say to me, but I cannot stand to hear it right now. I walk into the clearing and sit against a tree, furiously rubbing at my eyes as I try to clear my dangerously watery eyes. Showing emotion is weak. I sit there for a long time in the clearing, trying to calm myself. My thoughts spin wildly out of control.
Princess?
I see him out of the corner of my eyes, standing between two trees. Two trees. His eyebrows knit together with worry. What, you were listening?
Listening? No, I just came to look for you in your room. And when I came downstairs, Parfait told me you had run out into the forest. May I sit next to you?
I see nothing as he walks over to me. He sits down beside me, his hands resting on his knees as he looks up at the canopies of the trees.
Thank you for today, Princess. For coming after me and trying to make things right.
I am not in the mood to talk about this right now. My thoughts are all too scrambled. He follows me everywhere, like my shadow. That sounds like the creepiest thing.
Sometimes the roots are hard.
How do you know it was the truth? Hayes, look, Rumble won't make special memories with you. Ah, yes. It's not the first time we make special memories together. But this one is, uh, interesting?
A feeling. Trusting people is hard sometimes, I understand.
He looks at me, and his eyes seem to glimmer softly in the moonlight. Uh, I'm kind of scared I'm going to say something weird. Like because I'm in a bad mood. My problems. Why would you want to know about my problems? Mm.
I understand what it's like, Princess, to have a secret stuck inside of you. To want to keep things to yourself because you're worried that someone will prove you wrong. But you can always talk to me about it.
Yeah, cold heart. She kind of like that emo girl. she she's not the friendliest person in general. That's why she had to learn. So like, she's in particularly bad mood. Don't make it worse, please. He's nice to you. I mean, he's always nice to me, no matter what the heck kind of crap I throw at him. But let's limit the pain. Yes? Let's be fair to this guy. Why are you so interested in my problems?
I told you before that the best thing you can do is listen to a person. That's how you learn to sympathize. Besides, I honestly care about you. I will always listen to you, princess.
You're a player, make the choice, not me. I made the choice before you wrote that. I mean, I think. Point is, the stream is live, but there's always a little delay in between the chat and what I do. So that's why sometimes I take a while before I answer. Thank you. Rumble slowly reaches out to rest his hand on top of mine. I wish the Mormon show up to make this voice. I won't use exactly the same voice for all the dudes. No, thank you. He got the Riz. Yeah. I don't really know how to react to this sort of things. Not but Rumble. Yeah. Rumple. Ah. Holding my hands. What am I going to do? Rumple. It's too much for me. I step straight and stare at him, my eyes wide. Rumple smiles at me. A slow, soft smile that crinkles the edges of his eyes.
Seeing such a beautiful lady close to tears makes my heart break, you know. But if you ever need to cry, you should. Tears aren't weakness. They're just a form of expression. And even the strongest of us cry.
I am not going to cry. My mind reels and then starts to feel fuzzy. When the moon hit your eyes. Oh no! Hand holding! This is a family friendly stream! How dare they hold hands! Like a big pizza pie plot armor. What in the world does that mean?
Definitely the Ice Princess.
The title startles you out of my thoughts. Me. I don't know why I said the or you or what the heck did I say? It's a song. Oh, a lovely song. I don't know that song. The title startles me out of my thoughts. I stare at him pointedly, beginning to grimace, but Rumpel just smiles.
I always thought it was a delicate name, suitable for strong and beautiful woman. Seeing you like this, it makes me realize that the name suits you.
Hmm, I have no culture for music. I only listen to the things I like, and I don't explore. I dislike when people show me new songs. Most of the time, I don't like it. Like, I don't want to listen to that. I don't want to. People always show me weird songs I don't care about. And I don't want to be rude, so I'm always like, wow, thank you for sharing. But deep down, like, I lost like 5 minutes of my life to listen to this. Like, it's fine to listen to music. It's fine to enjoy your own music. It's fine to share music with someone who told you they wanted you to share music with them. But I don't get the appeal of just like I'm not talking about you, by the way, or what you do or what you say. It's not about you. I'm not talking about you. You mentioned the song, it's fine. I have no problem with that. But I don't understand the thing that people do, just like they barely talk to you and suddenly, out of nowhere, they send you a random song and just like, hey, listen to this. And like, why? Why? Why are you doing this? I don't understand. Thanks for sharing. I don't like Imagine I couldn't do that. I'm just like I try to be so polite, but it rubs me the wrong way when people do that. I don't like it. But I know that people who do that don't do that to make you frustrated or anything. I don't know why they're doing that. I guess they want to share something they like with you, but like out of nowhere? Why? Like we haven't talked in like 6 months and suddenly, hey, listen to this. What? What? Why? What is this? Why? My wife. Sorry. Sometimes I go on rants like that. PS5? No, I don't have a PS5. Attention to Rumple. Yeah, I should. But if it's Bubble Mama, the one who sends the song, she would never do that. She would never do that. Mm. Perhaps if everyone else meant it that way, it would not be so terrible a title. Rumple slowly takes his hand away and smiles, though he insists on hearing me out. I insist on the opposite. For now, I want to keep what I discussed with Parfait and Laura to myself. I still need time to process it. For tonight, I just want to forget that the conversation ever happened. Coward. Nah, it's just not too pushy. Come on, bro, you almost there. She's not receptive for this. No need to push when she's not in the mood. This is weird. Like, yeah, let me hold your hands forever. Even though you don't want me to hold your hands. For some time, the two of us are silent. There are no words exchanged between the two of us, but the silence is uncomfortable. Then eventually, Rumpel puts a hand on my shoulder.
Things will work out, princess.
I hope so. I stand and excuse myself. Good night, Rumpel. I turn and walk away.
Good night, my sweet princess.
You need to tell me that at the end of the stream before I leave. Joke, by the way. Don't. It's not on character for Rumpel. Rumpel's learning.
And you, my little sunflower, are just as radiant as always.
Oh, my Rumpel. Ugh. It's like that whole thing with Bria never happened. He's back to flattering every woman he meets. This man, the shine. Yeah. Makes your heart melt. He makes my heart melt too. I mean, look at him. So dreamy.
Overthinking again, princess?
I turn to see Karma grinning at me from where he sits at the table. Surprisingly, he is sitting with Hurrian and Garland today, who are arguing about some kind of nightstands. So this is Karma? Karma is dressed up as a woman, but it's a man. The fact that he is dressed up as a woman despite being a man is related to his curse, but I don't know what his curse is. But, like, he got a lot of characters confused. Like, Rumpel tried flirting with him and was shocked learning that he wasn't a woman. Because, I mean, if you go with the idea that it's a woman, she's a beautiful woman. Now she's just like a beautiful man. It is none of your business.
No, it's not. But you have such a sad look on your face, I had to ask.
And yes, they have a very similar voice, Karma and Rumpel, just because it happens that way. I'd appreciate you not staring at my face.
I don't need to stare to see that you're in distress.
I turn on my heels and begin to walk away, irritated. Even when I am among other people, it is impossible to forget the conversation I had with Parfait and Delora. It hovers at the back of my mind constantly. It's okay, I mean, literally, he's drawn so you think karma is she. This is literally how the game is made. I'm going to drink some water. Give me a moment. Mm. Right. We have not spoken again since then. Yet even now, I'm still taking in what they told me before. My mother, the Tenebra room bearer, and me, a witch. The reason others have always feared me is because of my blood. Yeah, she's got dangerous Kool-Aid. I suppress a sigh as I attempt to return to my work. As the days go by, I notice myself becoming more and more agitated. Half of it is the recent history lesson, and the other half is Rumple's flirting with other women. Yeah, and why are you bothered by that, huh? Lisette, might there be a reason for this irritation? How can he just snap his fingers and get over Bria so quickly? If he flatters every woman, does that mean he does not really mean the things he says to me? I gather the plates off the counter, put them on a tray, and take them to customers. Yeah, made a mistake. Oh? She jealous? Yeah, probably. Today everything feels mechanical. For the last few days I have been noticing that I walk more stiffly, and that if I walk too quickly my vision blurs. Probably because of my overthinking. Hello! What? Huh? Think I've seen you before. I stumble as I bring a tray to a familiar customer. The man looks up at me and asks if I am okay, and I murmur that I am before. I murmur that I am before walking off. The blurriness comes back. What is wrong with me? It's not my door, it's the phone. My dad called my mom. Pizza time. It's not pizza time, I'm sorry. Though, I hope I do get to eat soon, I'm hungry. I look over at Rumple, who is at the table with two girls because his shift is over. Rather than boil over on the inside, I feel myself getting warmer on the outside. What does that mean? Well, I mean, yeah, I have a dad. He's not home because he's at my grandmother's home. Sorry. I'm sure you have other cool people in your life. I don't know what to do. Mm, nah. I mean, we don't need a dad. We just need good people in our lives. You were joking? Is this supposed to be a Star Wars reference? Because I never watched Star Wars. Just know Obi-Wan Kenobi is Star Wars name. Please don't be like that. Sorry. Well, I'm just glad I didn't like crush your feelings like an evil person. Oh boy, I'm sorry. Nah. Hmm. I will not. He likes Santa? Like he comes by once a year? I hope not. Jeez. Yeah, I'm so mean. Uh, yeah, I read that. My skin feels clammy. Is she okay? Yeah, I start to believe he's not real. Oh jeez. Dad just went to buy milk, he's never coming back. Ah! Rip, my gosh. Here, take a hug, okay? Good night, Akia. Sleep tight, have sweet dreams. Thank you for passing by. Thank you, Drainisters. Thank you for passing by. Mm. Uh. Good night, Akia, but... Akia's guy! I don't know if they have a dad. For me, it's obvious that I have a dad. Because, well, I mean, I do know about my life. Thank you! My skin feels clammy. I have to force myself to take a breath as I get the next round of orders. My last order for the day is for one of the girls at Rumpel's table. But I kiss guy with plot twist. I only know because of the server. They mentioned it on the server in their description when they joined. Bomb. Oh no! No, no, no. Enough. We did that one. No, no mom joke. Okay, I'm going to read this one again because I was so confused. I have to force myself to take a breath as I get the next round of orders. My last order for the day is for one of the girls at Rumpel's table. I don't want to go over there. I start carrying the tray toward the table, biting down on my lip as the sway comes back into my step. As I draw closer, I notice Rumpel and the girls laughing about something. Yeah, you're a big fan of my mom. I grit my teeth and pause in front of them to lay down the tray. This isn't mine, it's my friend's. Yes, I was the one who ordered the soup. The two stare at me. Instead of handing the soup off, they wait for me to move the bowl. But before I can reach over and move it, Rumpel slides it over to the other girl himself. For a few moments, there is a fragment of a scowl on his face.
How are you doing today, my sweet princess?
When I think about speaking, the words catch feebly in my throat. I turn to walk off.
Princess?
Still as cold as ice. The title Ice Princess definitely suits her. How can you dote on her, Rumpel? Despite the numbness of my mind, I still feel angry. I turn around so quickly that I make myself stumble. I feel myself teetering, on the edge of falling, but something stops me. Warm hands reach out to grab mine before I can fall. Through my dizziness, I can see Rumpel standing in front of me. She jealous a lot. Yeah. Well, she doesn't seem very well either. I don't know if it's just emotion, but like, whoa.
Princess, look at me.
He puts a hand under my chin and angles my head so I can see him better. The expression on his face is suddenly serious. Oh. He looks at me for a few moments before he places a hand on my forehead.
Princess, you have a fever.
Ah, that's probably what I was saying, yes. I was nervous. He was so close. The close up, yeah. So pretty. Ooh. This is a very strange scene.
Already high fever, actually. You should go back to your room and rest. I'll drop by with some medication in a few minutes after I say goodbye to these ladies.
I am fine. My voice comes out hoarse. Trying to clear my throat only makes me feel more miserable.
Princess, you're not fine. You look like we're about to collapse.
I will not collapse. I am stronger than that. Mother taught me how to be strong. Mother. My thoughts become scrambled. Once again, my mind wanders, but this time I cannot keep myself steady as I try to walk away. Putting one foot in front of the other proves to be too difficult, and I once again feel myself start to stumble. Then I feel warmth, this time arms instead of hands. More like a jump scare. Rumple was about to kiss her? It's too early on in the game. There's still like 3,000 hours of this, probably.
Sweet little princess, what am I going to do with you?
Before I can understand what is happening, I'm lifted off my feet. I feel an arm supporting my back and another supporting me beneath the crook of my knees. Warmth, such a nice warmth. She said that out loud.
You really are stubborn, aren't you, Princess Lucette?
What's happening? This is Go Rumple Coco. Oh boy. Nice option.
I guess I just have to carry you up myself.
He likes how stubborn I am, so I'm going to struggle. I cannot just let him carry me up like this. I attempt to move away from him, but my whole body is weak. It is all I can do. It is all I can to. I can't read this. It is all I can do to try to roll out of his arms, but even that does not work. Yeah. Have children? Ew, no!
If you fall, you'll get a bump on your head, you know.
I. I'm not weak. I do not need anyone taking care of me. You guys are going too fast. You don't understand. There are voices, an indistinct chattering behind him that belongs to the girls. Rumpel speaks in a low voice.
Stubborn she may be, but my sweet princess is stronger than any other woman I've ever known.
He pulls me closer to him, and I feel his chest at my head, then his heartbeat.
I know you're strong, princess, stronger than anyone else even. But because you're so strong, I know you'll never admit to needing help. That's why I'm going to help you without your permission. I'm sorry.
Looks really small. Wish she was more tall. You start by holding hands, then you, princess, carry her. I mean, she couldn't stand on her feet anymore, so in that case, I can forgive. Slowly, I let myself settle in his arms. I lean my head into his chest and listen to his heartbeat. It is a gentle, sweet sound that makes me feeling like drifting into slumber. So warm.
But not as warm as you are right now, princess.
Oh my gosh! His voice slowly begins to fade out as I close my eyes. Let him cook. This is so weird. What did I just walk into? It's a long story. She got sick and he's carrying her to a room. That looks weird with no context. Yeah. For the time being, I stopped caring about everything else around me. I forget about Mother, about my talk with Delora and Parfait, about the crystal, the margin, and I focus on Rumble. Sounds like a 2-3 hour game. I don't know how long it is when you play normally, but I'm slowpoke at games, so it's my... I don't remember how many streams of that I've had played, but it's not my first one, and I'm 2 hours and a half in this stream. I'm not at the end yet. How many chapters are there? I'm at chapter 7, and there are 10 chapters. We're approaching the end, I would say. Don't rush it, I'm enjoying. Yeah, I love this game. I don't want it to end. Is it so selfish to want to be the only person held like this by him? Even when he was engaged to someone before? Slumber slowly reaches up to claim me, darkness intermingling with warmth. In that last moment, I think I see Rumple smile at me. It is... Mother, I have to tell you about the fairy tale that the children read to me today. Lucette, what did I tell you about the fairy tales? But there was a princess, just like me. She found her prince charming and... Fairy tales are not real. But they make really good stories, Mother. They are false stories. Do you really think it would be so easy to live happily ever after? No, but... Fairy tales make things black and white. Real life is full of grays. Black and white? Good and evil. No one is totally evil, and no one is totally good. Even princes are not completely just. So princes and princesses can be bad? Lisette, everyone has darkness to them. The princes that throw themselves into danger are not selfless. Princes, I don't know why I read princess. The princes. I'm not the best at dub this. Oh my gosh! The princes that throw themselves into danger are not selfless. They seek wealth, fame, and power. You see, fairy tales are lies because no one is so selfless and so full of love. People are two-faced. Trust no one. Yes, Mother. No one will love you like I do. To find pure love like that is impossible. Oh no! She did say that though. I'm not the best at voice acting, Vivian. I'm not. I make mistakes all the time and then I can't help but laugh at it. The mother needs Rumple love. She's a bad person. That was a hard way for Lisette to learn that. Yes. I slowly blink my eyes open. For a few moments, the room is blurry, and there is nothing but vivid colors before my eyes. My eyes feel heavy. My throat's scratchy. I stifle a cough as I blink back tears, and then through my tears I notice a slight motion. Rumple. Rumple is slumped in a chair in front of my bed, his head lulled to the side, his eyes closed. Is he asleep? Or like... Well, thank you. He murmurs something in his sleep and then shifts. What's he doing here? I notice a notebook on his lap. And what is this journal? I slowly slide my hand out from underneath the covers and reach across the bed. Right as my fingers are about to brush the cover, Rumple's hand suddenly falls on mine.
Looks like you're feeling better.
This guy. He pulls his hand away along with the book before carefully setting my hand back down on the covers.
At least you look better. But how do you feel?
Better. Rumple looks tired, but his smile is still there.
Oh, I won't believe it until I see it.
He just said I look better. Okay.
That's my own analysis. But you, my sweet princess, don't sound very convinced.
My throat is a little sore, and I think if I stood up, I would fall over. Why do you look so surprised?
You would usually never admit to such a thing, would you? You're still most definitely sick.
Oh no, the close-up again! Rumple leans forward to put a hand on my forehead. His hand is cool on my hot skin. Our eyes lock as he tests my temperature. After a few moments, he finally peels his eyes away from me and sits back in his chair. Thanks. I'm trying. Voice acting is fun. Rumple jump scare number 2. Does Rumple has a fever too? He looks so hot right now. Oh gosh. Ah, thank you. I don't know what's going on recently, but the numbers have been going up so fast, and I'm almost scared. This is so strange. Like, where is everyone coming from? This new Five Nights at Freddy's is wild. Yeah, it's very different from what I'm used to. Five Nights at the War and the Margin. Rumple.
Your temperature is down, but you definitely need rest, princess. You should go back to sleep.
And what, will you just sit there and watch me? The words come out curtain and I meant to. And for a few moments Rumple looks surprised, then he laughs.
Princess, I haven't just been staring at you. I've been writing in my journal too.
You have such. I don't know why I got confused. I forgot to. Couple it will make more real. Okay, next time she talks, I'll try to do that.
You have such a scary look on your face. Not that it isn't enticing, but I think your smiles are much better.
Oh gosh. I sigh as I close my eyes for a few moments. Oh no, is she not going to talk anymore? I fight to put my scrambled thoughts together, but one thought in particular keeps resurfacing. For some reason, I cannot help but remember the snide woman standing by Rumpel's side, cheering at me earlier. I open my eyes and look at Rumpel. Those women from earlier.
Oh, right. I apologize for their impoliteness. The things they said to you weren't called for, and I told them that.
You flirt with women like that all the time, but why? They're not even good people.
Not good people, but... well, I suppose they act differently when they're here. When you're here.
Should explain. Gonna ruin your voice, don't worry about that. I've done worse than that. Oh boy.
Princess Lucette, you're blind to their jealousy, aren't you?
They are jealous of me. Why? Hello! Hello, Skybread! I couldn't see the username behind the game. My mind turns over what they could possibly be jealous about. As my eyes fall on Rumpel, I remember the way he defended me to the woman. Is it because you're my partner? What does the wrench mean again? That it's an admin. Well, a moderator. I mean, anyway, somebody who can control the chat, but it's normal chatter. I'm doing well. How are you? She tried to hold her laugh every time she talked with rumpled voice. Well, I mean, he's funny, okay?
It's a lot more than that. It's your grace, the noble way you carry yourself.
They would never think I have those qualities.
But where else would their jealousy come from?
They're just jealous that I take your attention away from them.
Princess, I think you're...
Even if they were nice people, I do not see how we can flirt with them when you were just recently in love with someone else. cool and rainy today. Doing alright. Good! Jealous lady! There's all jealousy everywhere. Normally I would stop talking, but the words continued tumbling out of me. Oh no! I do not understand how someone like you, who had a fiancé, would still be flirting with girls. How can you love someone if all you do is flirt with other girls? Flattery is one thing, but you cannot just flatter every girl. She needs some holes. Yeah. Why are you still smiling at me?
I may not remember a lot of things, princess, but I know for certain that whatever feelings I had for Brie vanished a long time ago. The good ones, at least.
Hello! Rumple. The words break apart as I start coughing. Yo!
Don't rile yourself up over this. Please rest.
I slowly lean back into my pillows with my eyes half closed. Why do I even care about what Rumple does? Why does it bother me that he flirts with other girls? That is his business. Jeez, girl. Now Princess Lettuce speaks with an old granny. Yeah. I mean, it's hard. She's almost 18. She's so old. Rumple pulls the covers closer to my chin and smiles.
Just because I flatter other women, that doesn't mean that I can't love someone.
Oh my gosh. Oh, goodness. You always say some woman has stolen your heart, but your heart cannot belong to everyone. Yet you told me you always speak the truth.
Maybe that is in itself is a little white lie. Just some harmless dramatics. But most girls know that I'm being dramatic, princess. They don't take my words so seriously. Even if I do mean my compliments.
He stares at me for a few moments, thoughtful.
Does it bother you so much that I compliment other girls?
Of course not.
Though it will be difficult to hold my tongue. I will do it for you, princess, so don't worry.
I'm back with some dino bites. Why would he do something like that for me? My eyes are suddenly so heavy, I have no choice but to close them as I let out a deep sigh. My head is beginning to hurt again. Behind my closed eyelids, I can hear a soft shuffle as Rumple moves in his chair. Right before I fall back into the darkness of sleep, I feel something warm and soft on my forehead. Rumple.
You kissed! A goodnight kiss. Alright! We got a kiss, guys!
Oh boy. We did it. We did it. Let's go! My first kiss! Oh my gosh!
My man Rumple finally did it. I'm so proud of him.
Yeah! Hey, that would be a good note to end this. Like, we finished the scene, and I'm going to let my voice rest a little. I think that's fine. His words are quiet, and I can only barely make them out. I cannot think on them because the pull of sleep is much too tempting. Woo! Transition. Alright. Also, I didn't know what the goal was for the stream. Well, just making a visual novel. It's just like, we got kiss! Wow! There had been a lot of flirting, so that was... They got somewhere. Impressive. Yummy, tastes like lettuce. My favorite color? My favorite color is brown. It makes me think of chocolate. My second favorite color is pink. I have weird tastes. The goal make who kiss each other? Blue, red, tons of colors. Green. Sorry for the people who almost just got there. It's just like, I've been streaming for a long time now. Black too? I see. And I don't want to have no voice for next stream. I can't wait to play this again. This game is great. I'm probably going to play on my own someday too. I like this game. Your project pic? It's so small I can't really see it from here. Because you're the knight. That looks like a guy from what is this show? I forgot. I take profile pic. It looks like one of the guys from Gravity Falls. Looks nice. Yeah. So I'm going to end it for today. But I had a lot of fun. Oh visual novel, but like I'm ending the stream. I'm sorry. Sword, I have to admit I never watched Gravity Falls. I've heard only good things about the show, but I did not have the chance to watch it myself. But it looked cool. Thank you for passing by though, I really appreciate it. You like my eye bags? It's the first time I hear that. Okay, so let me go back up. Thank you, Metallian. Thank you, IKEA. Thank you, Tom. Thank you, Dominic. Thank you, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Thank you, Scather. And thank you, Async Bacon. Thank you, Kip Does Tube. Thank you, The Lifeless Soul. Thank you, Girly Orbs. Thank you. Just scrolling through the chat. Thank you, Aguila Omuralieva. Thank you, Drainy Stores. There was a lot of people today, my goodness. Thank you, Hempter. Thank you, Skybread. Thank you, Doodle Bear. Thank you, Gloomy. And thank you, Troy Minoy Gaming. Thank you. Also, there was a long chat, so if I forgot your name somehow, I'm sorry. Thank you to you too. And thank you to anyone else who might have watched this or might watch this later. I had a lot of fun with this stream, so I hope you had too. And I hope I get to see you again another time. Bye-bye! Yeah! Thank you! Good night, sweet princess! You remembered this? Next stream, I stream every other day. So next stream is probably on the 30th. I'm not going to be playing this next stream though. Thank you. I think next stream I'm playing Stardew Valley again. I don't know when I play this next because I make like a schedule for what games I'm going to stream what day, but I make one for every month. And like this month is ending, so I'm going to make the next schedule soon. He learned with Rumple. Yes, he did. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye. Good night.